shows us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu can allow every single one of us to help other people do Kiruv simply by our behavior. Our behavior. How you act. If the way you act is admirable, is nice, is polite, is generous, is just something that I want to be like, guess what? If I want to be like you, I want to be like all of you. So if Judaism is what's causing you to be this nice, wonderful, amazing person, if Judaism is what's causing your marriage to be so happy, if Judaism is what's causing you to be so generous, if Judaism is causing you to be so classy and modest, if Judaism is causing you to be so smart and studious, I want to be a Jew. I want to be a religious Jew, just like you. So that's why, Rabotai, behavior is critical. If you want to help people do tshuva, you could help them with money. You could help them with your skill set. You could help them with your time. But most of all, you could help them by simply being the example yourself. One of the greatest things that I heard in all the years that we've been doing this is some stranger gets in touch with me. I pressed the water, but I didn't know I had tea. I didn't know I was going to have tea. One of the greatest things, I didn't know I was going to have tea. I didn't bless the tea. One of the greatest things that I experienced myself as a privilege, as a zchut, when some stranger got in touch with me, or actually no, I ran into him. I ran into him in a store, supermarket. I always have these interesting meetings in supermarkets. And he said, yeah, I saw you're on the internet. I said, yeah, sometimes. And I said, oh yeah, I listened to a few of the shurim. Yeah, oh, no. And he says, where do you live? Where do you live? And I said, oh, I actually have a couple of students that live by you. He says, you do? I said, yeah. I have a couple of guys live by you. They're brothers. And he goes, wait. I said, yeah, there's a couple of guys live by you. They go to some shul, Magen something, Magen David something. He says, that's your students? He goes, oh, I'm going to watch all your shulim. It's like, those guys are the biggest tzaddikim in the shul. I said, Ishtabach Shimo. Ishtabach Shimo. I didn't tell you guys the story. It's one of my personal favorites. Best story in the world. Why? Somebody says, I want to watch your shulim now. Why? Because those guys, I see at shuls, they're like the tzaddikim. Ishtabach Shimo. That's the best thing in the world. That's it. That's the result. That's the result of the work. If that's the result, that's what I want to do. Someone told me that they were at some Shabbaton and with several rabbis. And although they heard of Rav Yosef Mizrahi in the past, they never actually watched his work. And it happened to be that this Shabbaton, Rav Mizrahi was speaking in it. So the guy tells another guy that told me the story, he says, that guy became a fan of Rav Mizrahi's before the lectures ever started. I said, why? He said, he told me, he says, you know, honestly, I heard so many things about Rav Mizrahi, I never actually bothered to listen to any of his stuff, but I said, you know, whatever, let him do his thing, I'm going to, keep my distance, and no, it's not my business. No problem. I don't have a problem with him, but the stuff that you hear is not so good all the time. Because usually the stuff that's bad is publicized. Stuff that's good is a secret. Good stuff, secret. Bad stuff, publicized all over the news, first, headline. But the guy became a fan. Why did he become a fan? He saw that Rav Mizrahi brought a few of his kids to the Shabbaton. And the guy was looking at the kids. He says, that's his kid? He goes, yeah, that one and that one, those are his kids. He says, Be'emet, that's his kids? He says, yeah. That's his kids. And he just started looking at his Rabbi Mizrahi's kids. I don't even know if Rabbi Mizrahi knows the story. He started looking, just following Rabbi Mizrahi's kids. He goes, if that's his kids, that's what comes out of him, he's an amazing rabbi. He must be amazing. If that's what comes out. Because there's a lot of rabbis that, that teach. But you only get to see the results from the students. Sometimes the students is the kids, that you have your own kids. Sometimes the students that are not your kids. Point being, if you see that the students are something to look up to, Shtabach Shimo, that's the greatest thing in the world. Now, the Ramban says that even if you are a wonderful student, you still have nothing to be proud of, because that means you're fulfilling your role. You're doing your job. You should be happy about it, but also that means that you were giving the responsibility. Now that you were given the clarity to see the truth, you now have a responsibility that comes with it. Now,